There's a moment that arrives quietly, often in the space between sleep and waking, when you open your eyes and the first thought isn't gratitude or peace, it's a list. The things you cannot fix. Your daughter who hasn't called in weeks. The arthritis that wakes you at 3 a.m. The memory that slips away mid-sentence. The body that no longer obeys. And in that moment, a question rises like smoke. Why can I control so little of what matters most? The Buddha taught something that transforms this entire struggle. He said, "You only lose what you cling to." The suffering you feel doesn't come from lack of control. It comes from the exhausting, endless effort of trying to control what was never yours to hold. What if the weight you carry isn't life's burden, but the illusion that you should be carrying it at all? What if freedom begins the moment you open your hands? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover changes everything. Lesson 1. You can't control how your adult children live their lives. After 70 years of loving, guiding, protecting, comes the hardest lesson of all. Your children are no longer yours to shape. Perhaps you lie awake at night, thinking about the choices they're making, the job they quit, the person they married, the distance they keep, and you whisper to yourself, "If only they would listen, if only they could see what I see." But here's what the Buddha understood, that most parents resist. The tighter you grip, the more you lose. He once said, "You only lose what you cling to." This isn't just philosophy. It's the lived truth of every parent who has watched their child walk a path they would never have chosen. Think of it this way. There's a Zen story about a monk who found an injured bird. He held it gently in his palm, but when he closed his fist to protect it, the bird panicked and struggled. Its heart raced. Its wings beat frantically against his fingers. Only when he opened his hand, when he stopped controlling, did the bird calm. And eventually, when it was ready, it flew. Your children came through you, not for you. This is the teaching Buddhism offers when your heart is breaking from the distance, the disagreements, the life choices you cannot understand. I once knew a woman named Dorothy, 68, who hadn't spoken to her son in 3 years. The reason? He married someone she couldn't accept. For 3 years she carried the weight of that decision, his decision, as if it were a stone in her chest. She replayed conversations. She imagined different outcomes. She suffered not from his choice, but from her refusal to release control over it. One afternoon, during a Dharma talk at her local Sangha, the teacher said something that broke through. You can love someone completely and still have no power over the direction of their life. The river flows. You cannot command where it goes. Dorothy went home and wrote her son a letter, not to change his mind, not to be right, but to say, "I release you. I release my need to direct your path. I love you, and that is separate from agreeing with you." 2 months later he called. This is the practice Buddhism offers, anicca, impermanence. Relationships must evolve. Roles must change. The mother who once fed, clothed and guided must learn to step back. And that stepping back isn't abandonment. It's the deepest respect. Here's a practice you can begin today. Sit quietly. Bring to mind the adult child whose choices trouble you. Place one hand on your heart. As you breathe in, silently say, "You are your own." As you breathe out, say, "I release you with love." This isn't indifference, it's liberation. For both of you, when you stop trying to control their path, something extraordinary happens. The relationship can finally breathe. They may not change, but you will. And in that shift, a door opens that was locked by your need to manage what was never yours to manage. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of all suffering, and one of the most painful attachments is the belief that we can and should control the people we love most. Let them walk their journey. Trust that they, like you, are learning through stumbling. Your job now is not to direct, but to love. Not to fix, but to witness. Not to control, but to be present when they reach out. This is the first great release, and it's often the hardest. But once you open your hand, you'll discover something beautiful. The bird may fly away, but if the love is real, it always knows the way home. Lesson 2. Your body will change. Fighting it only adds suffering. At 70, 75, 80. Your body speaks a language you never wanted to learn. The knees that carried you up mountains now protest at a single flight of stairs. The hands that built, cooked, held, now tremble. The reflection in the mirror shows someone you recognize, but also someone new, someone marked by time. And if you're like most people, your first instinct is to fight it, to resent it, to mourn what you've lost. But the Buddha taught, the root of suffering is attachment. And nowhere is this more visible than in our relationship with our aging bodies. There's a Buddhist parable about a cracked pot. A water carrier had two large pots, one perfect and one cracked. Every day he walked from the river to his home, and by the time he arrived, the cracked pot had leaked half its water. The perfect pot was proud. The cracked pot was ashamed. One day the cracked pot said, "I'm so sorry. I fail you every day. Half the water is lost because of me." The water carrier smiled and pointed to the path. On one side, where the perfect pot never spilled, the ground was dry and barren. On the other side, where the cracked pot leaked, wild flowers bloomed all along the way. "I've always known about your crack," the carrier said gently, "and I planted seeds on your side of the path. Every day you've been watering them. You didn't fail me. You gave me beauty I could not have planned. Your body is not broken. It is cracked. And in those cracks, if you allow it, wisdom grows." I met a man named Thomas, 74, who'd been a landscaper his entire life. Strong, capable, always moving. Then he had surgery on his hip and never regained full mobility. For months he was bitter, angry. He sat in his garden and stared at the work he could no longer do. One morning, exhausted from resisting, he simply sat, not to work, but to be. And for the first time in 50 years, he noticed the light shifting through the leaves. He heard the birds. He felt the breeze. His granddaughter came and sat beside him, and they talked, really talked, for hours. Later he told me, "I thought my body failing meant I was failing, but it just meant I had to learn a different way to be alive. I had to stop doing and start noticing. My body forced me into presence, and that's the gift I'd spent my whole life running past." This is dukkha, the suffering that arises not from pain itself, but from our resistance to pain. The Buddha taught that the body will age, sicken, and die. This is not punishment, it is design. Fighting it is like standing in the river and screaming at the current. You don't have to love the changes. You don't have to pretend the aches don't hurt. But you can stop adding a second layer of suffering by demanding that reality be different than it is. Here's a morning practice that has helped thousands. When you wake, before you get out of bed, place your hands on your chest. Feel your heart beating. Say quietly, "Thank you for carrying me this far." Then move your awareness through your body. Your hands, thank them for all they've held. Your legs, thank them for every step. Even the parts that hurt, especially the parts that hurt. They're still here, still trying. This doesn't erase the pain, but it shifts your relationship with it. From enemy to companion, from failure to teacher, the body changes. That's the truth. But here's the deeper truth. Your worth is not measured by your body's capacity. You are not less valuable because you move more slowly, tire more easily, or need more help. The Buddha taught that everything that arises will pass. Your body is arising and passing in every moment. Cells dying, cells being born. Nothing is fixed, nothing is permanent. And in that truth lies your freedom. You are not your body. You are the awareness that watches the body change. And that awareness doesn't age. That awareness doesn't break. That awareness is untouchable by time. So be gentle with this cracked pot you carry. It's been watering wildflowers all along. Lesson 3. The serenity of accepting what cannot be changed. There's a prayer many people know, Buddhist or not, because its wisdom is universal. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Buddhism offers the same teaching, but calls it upeksha, equanimity. The ability to meet life with balance, neither grasping nor pushing away. The Buddha didn't teach passivity. He taught discernment. Can your effort change this outcome? If yes, act wisely. If no, release it gracefully. Most of our suffering comes from trying to control what is fundamentally outside our reach. We exhaust ourselves pushing against walls that will not move. There's a story often told in Buddhist communities about a farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors said, "What terrible luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with 3 wild horses. "What wonderful luck," the neighbors exclaimed. "Maybe," said the farmer. His son tried to tame one of the wild horses and broke his leg. "How awful," cried the neighbors. "Maybe." A week later, soldiers came to draft young men for war. But the son was spared because of his injury. "What fortune," the neighbors said. "Maybe." The point isn't that the farmer was indifferent. The point is that he didn't waste energy labeling what he couldn't control as catastrophe or blessing. He simply let life unfold. I knew a man named Robert, 71, who lost his wife to cancer after 48 years of marriage. For 2 years after her diagnosis, he tried to control everything, researching treatments, demanding second opinions, fighting with doctors, bargaining with fate. He was so busy trying to change the outcome that he forgot to be present with her. After she passed, he told me with tears streaming, "I thought if I tried hard enough, I could save her, but all I did was make her final months about my panic instead of our love. I fought a war I couldn't win and missed the chance to simply hold her hand. That regret, that's the cost of refusing to accept what we cannot control." Buddhism doesn't ask you to like what you cannot change. It asks you to stop waging war with reality. Because every moment spent resisting what is a moment stolen from living what remains. Here's a practice for discernment. When something troubles you, a diagnosis, a rejection, a loss, Place one hand on your heart and ask, is this mine to control? If yes, take one wise action. Just one, then return to breath. If no, place your other hand on your belly and breathe deeply. Say quietly, this is not mine to carry. Feel the difference. Control lives in the chest. Tight, anxious, gripping. Acceptance lives in the belly. Grounded, open, spacious. The Buddha once said, let go of what has passed. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Do not try to figure anything out. Do not try to make anything happen. Relax, right now, and rest. This isn't resignation, it's clarity. It's choosing to place your energy where it can actually create change, and releasing it where it cannot. You can't control the diagnosis, but you can control how you meet each day with it. You can't control whether someone forgives you, but you can control whether you forgive yourself. You can't control how long you have, but you can control how deeply you live the time that remains. Serenity isn't passivity. Serenity is the profound courage to stop fighting battles you were never meant to win, so you can finally show up fully for the life you still have. This is equanimity. This is upeksha. This is freedom. Lesson 4. Death and Loss. Learning to hold lightly what must leave. The Buddha said, all that is subject to arising is subject to ceasing. At 60, 70, 80, these are no longer abstract words. They become the texture of your days. Friends you've known for 50 years, gone. A spouse you built a life with, fading. Even the version of yourself you thought you'd always be, dissolving. And the question that haunts so many, if I cannot keep what I love, why love at all? There's a Buddhist story that answers this with breathtaking clarity. A woman named Kisa Gautami came to the Buddha carrying her dead son. She was inconsolable, begging the Buddha to bring him back to life. The Buddha looked at her with infinite compassion and said, I will help you, but first bring me a mustard seed from a household that has never known death. Kisa Gautami went door to door through the village. At every house the same answer, yes, we have mustard seeds. But no, we are not a household untouched by death. My mother died last year, my husband 2 years ago, my sister in childbirth. By evening, Kisa Gautami returned to the Buddha, empty-handed. But something in her had shifted. I understand now, she said quietly. Death is not unique to me. It is the universal condition. I am not alone in my grief. And in that understanding, she found not happiness, but peace. Not the absence of pain, but the end of isolation. At your age, you know this truth intimately. You've buried people you loved. You've said goodbyes that felt impossible. And perhaps you've wondered, how do I keep living when so much is gone? I met a woman named Margaret, 76, whose husband died after 52 years together. For months, she kept his study exactly as he'd left it. His glasses on the desk, his coffee mug unwashed. She thought she was honoring his memory. But one day, a Dharma teacher gently asked her, are you keeping the room the same to remember him, or to resist that he's gone? Margaret sat with that question for days. Finally, she donated his clothes, planted a memorial garden, and turned his study into a reading room where light could enter again. I thought letting go meant forgetting, she told me. But it doesn't. Letting go means I stop arguing with the fact that he's not coming back. I stop making my life a museum of absence. He lives in my heart. He doesn't need to live in that room. This is anicca, impermanence, in its most tender form, not as philosophy, but as lived reality. The Buddha taught that loss is the price we pay for love. The question isn't whether we'll lose what we love. The question is whether we'll let that loss close our hearts or deepen our capacity to love. Here's a practice for when grief rises. Sit quietly and bring to mind the person you've lost. Don't push the sadness away. Place your hand on your heart and breathe with it. Then say, "This is love. This ache is the cost of having loved deeply. I would not undo the love to escape the pain." This shifts everything. Grief stops being something wrong and becomes something sacred, proof that connection matters, proof that life was shared. The Buddha said, "In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you." That last part, the letting go, it's not cold, it's not detachment. It's the understanding that holding tightly doesn't keep things from leaving. It only makes your hands hurt. Hold lightly, love deeply, and when the moment comes to release, do so with the knowledge that what you shared was real, and that reality cannot be taken from you, even when the person is gone. Death and loss are not obstacles on the spiritual path. They are the path. They teach us what the Buddha knew, that everything is precious precisely because it is temporary, and that the deepest love is the love that can say, "I'm grateful you were here, even knowing you couldn't stay." This is how we live after loss, not by pretending it doesn't hurt, but by refusing to let the hurt convince us that love was a mistake. Lesson 5. Releasing the need for others to change. Have you ever spent years, decades even, waiting for someone to finally see things the way you do? Your brother, your spouse, your friend. You've explained, reasoned, pleaded, and still, they remain exactly as they are. This is one of the most exhausting forms of suffering, believing that your peace depends on someone else's transformation. Buddhism has a term for this: tanha, craving. The relentless thirst that says, "If only they were different, then I could be happy." But here's what the Buddha taught. You cannot change another person. You can love them. You can model integrity. You can set boundaries, but you cannot do their growing for them. The moment you accept this, a tremendous weight lifts. There's a teaching about the poisonous snake. When you encounter a poisonous snake, you don't try to change its nature. You don't lecture it about being venomous. You handle it with care, keep a safe distance, and accept what it is. Compassion doesn't mean absorbing the venom. I knew a man named Eugene, 70, whose younger brother had struggled with alcoholism for 40 years. Eugene spent those 4 decades trying to fix him. Interventions, rehab deposits, late-night phone calls, endless emotional labor. One day, exhausted and resentful, Eugene spoke with a Buddhist teacher who said something that changed everything. That's his journey, not yours. You can love him without carrying his burden. You can show up without trying to control the outcome. Eugene stopped the lectures, stopped the rescuing. Instead, he simply called once a week and said, "I'm here if you need me." Nothing more. 6 months later, his brother entered rehab on his own. And when Eugene visited, his brother said, Thank you for finally letting me figure this out. I needed to stop leaning on your control and start standing on my own. This is the paradox. The tighter we grip, the more we prevent the very change we seek. Buddhism teaches that everyone is walking their own path at their own pace. Some are moving quickly, some are wandering, some are sitting in the mud. Your job is not to drag them forward. Your job is to walk your path with integrity and trust that they will find theirs. Here's a practice when you're frustrated by someone's refusal to change. Bring them to mind. Then repeat silently, just like me, this person is learning at their own pace. Just like me, they make choices I can't control. Just like me, they are walking their own path. Feel the shift. You stop being the manager of their life and become a witness. And from that place, real love can flow. Not the love that demands they become who you need them to be, but the love that accepts them as they are. This doesn't mean you tolerate harm. Buddhism is clear about boundaries, but boundaries aren't the same as control. A boundary says, I cannot change you, but I can protect myself. Control says, you must be different for me to be okay. One is freedom, the other is prison. The Buddha said, your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart, give yourself to it. Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say your work is to discover everyone else's work and force them to do it. So release them. The alcoholic brother, the distant child, the spouse who won't apologize, the friend who doesn't call. Release your need for them to be different, not because you don't care, but because you finally understand their transformation is not the key to your peace. Your peace comes from releasing the illusion that you ever had control in the first place. Lesson 6. The illusion of control creates more suffering than loss ever could. Here's something most people don't realize until too late. The problem isn't what you can't control. The problem is believing you should be able to control it. Let me explain. When something painful happens, a diagnosis, a rejection, a betrayal, you feel pain. That's the first arrow as the Buddha described it. Inevitable, part of being alive. But then comes the second arrow, the one you shoot yourself. This shouldn't be happening. I should have prevented this. If only I'd tried harder. If only I'd been smarter, more careful, more vigilant. That second arrow, the belief that you failed to control what was always beyond your reach, that's where the suffering lives. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to hold your breath forever. You can do it for a minute, maybe two, but eventually your body overrides your will. The breath bursts out. You were never in control. You just thought you were. Life is the same. You can grip tightly. You can plan meticulously. You can try to prevent every possible outcome. But life will pry your fingers open anyway. And when it does, the question is, will you release with grace or will you hurt yourself trying to hold on? I met a woman named Helen, 82, whose daughter had just gone through a painful divorce. Helen replayed every conversation, every warning she'd given. I should have done more, she told me. I should have made her see what was coming. The Dharma teacher she spoke with asked her a simple question. Even if you had infinite control over your daughter's life, could your control have changed her husband's heart? Could you have made him a different person? Could you have prevented every hurt she was destined to feel as she learned who she is? Helen sat with that. Finally she whispered, "No." Then the teacher said gently, You're suffering not from what happened, but from the illusion that you could have stopped it. That shift from "I failed to control" to "this was never mine to control" is liberation. Here's the practice Helen learned, and it changed everything. Each time the thought, "I should have," arises, pause. Ask yourself, if I had zero control over this outcome, how would I live differently right now? Not 5 years ago, not tomorrow, right now, and breathe into that truth. Because when you release the illusion of control, what remains is something far more powerful: presence, compassion, the ability to meet what is, rather than exhaust yourself fighting what isn't. The Buddha taught that there's a difference between tending a garden and demanding the plants grow on your timeline. You can water, you can weed, you can create conditions, but you cannot force a flower to bloom. And spending your life angry at the flower for not obeying you only poisons your own joy. Control is the garden of suffering. Acceptance is the garden of peace. Here's what you can control: your response, your kindness, your integrity, your breath, your choice to show up or step back, your willingness to learn, your decision to forgive, the quality of your presence. That's it. Everything else, other people's choices, the body's timeline, life's outcomes, the moment of your last breath, all of it unfolds beyond your dominion. And once you truly understand that, a strange and beautiful thing happens. You stop living in a state of constant vigilance. You stop bracing for disaster. You stop running mental simulations of every possible future. You breathe. You show up. You do what you can with what you have. And you release the rest. The Buddha said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." He didn't say peace comes from controlling your environment. He said it comes from releasing your need to control it. So put down the second arrow. You've been carrying it long enough. Lesson 7. Be a lamp unto yourself, your only true power. As the Buddha lay dying, his closest disciple Ananda wept. Who will teach us when you are gone? Who will guide us? The Buddha's final teaching was this: be a lamp unto yourself. Hold fast to the truth as a lamp. Do not look for refuge in anyone but yourself. This wasn't abandonment. It was the ultimate gift. The reminder that no one, not even the Buddha, can live your life for you. No one can take your steps. No one can breathe your breaths. No one can find your peace. All you have ever truly controlled is this: your mind, your heart, your response in this moment. That's not nothing. That's everything. Think about the last 70 years of your life. How much time was spent trying to control outcomes you had no power over? How many sleepless nights worrying about things that either never happened or happened despite your worry? And in all that effort, what actually changed? Now think about the moments when you simply showed up with integrity, when you spoke your truth without needing to control how it was received, when you offered kindness without demanding it be returned, when you made peace with your limits and acted within them. Those moments, that's your true power. Not power over life, power within it. Buddhism calls this Dharma, the path, the practice of being free regardless of outcomes. You cannot control whether you get sick, but you can control whether bitterness or compassion guides your days with illness. You cannot control whether someone forgives you, but you can control whether you forgive yourself. You cannot control how much time remains, but you can control whether you spend it present or regretful. There's a Zen story that captures this perfectly. A student asked the master, "How do I find peace?" The master replied, "By not seeking it in things that change." The student protested, "But everything changes." The master smiled. "Exactly. So stop seeking peace in everything. Seek it in the awareness that watches everything change." That awareness, that's what the Buddha meant by be a lamp unto yourself. You are not your circumstances. You are not your body. You are not your relationships. You are the awareness witnessing all of it. And that awareness cannot be touched by what you can't control. Here's a morning ritual that anchors this truth. Before you rise, place your hand over your heart. Say quietly, "Today, I will control only what is truly mine. My kindness, my integrity, my response. Everything else I release." Then get up and live that truth. One choice at a time, one breath at a time. When someone treats you unkindly, you can't control their behavior, but you can control whether you meet cruelty with cruelty or with boundaries and compassion. When your body fails you, you can't control its decline, but you can control whether you speak to it with contempt or gratitude. When life delivers outcomes you didn't choose, you can't rewind time, but you can choose how you move forward. The Buddha said, "Ardently do today what must be done. Who knows, tomorrow death comes, not as a morbid warning, but as an invitation. Today is all you have. This moment is where your power lives. Not in controlling the uncontrollable, but in living with full presence in what remains." So let go of the fantasy that if you just try hard enough, plan well enough, worry intensely enough, you can bend reality to your will. You can't. No one can. But you can live with dignity. You can love without condition. You can forgive without requiring perfection. You can be at peace even when everything around you is chaos. That's the lamp the Buddha spoke of. It doesn't control the darkness. It simply refuses to be dimmed by it. You've spent 70 years learning what you can't control. Let the rest of your life be about mastering what you can. Your heart, your presence, your peace. Because in the end, that's the only control that ever mattered. Everything else was just practice in letting go. We've walked through 7 profound releases today. 7 weights you've been carrying that were never yours to hold. You've learned that your adult children's paths are theirs to walk. That your changing body is not betrayal but natural unfolding. That accepting what cannot be changed is not defeat, but wisdom. That loss and death are not failures of love, but its inevitable cost. That others will grow at their own pace, not yours. That the illusion of control causes more suffering than any loss ever could. And that your true power has always been within, in your response, your kindness, your presence. These aren't lessons to memorize, they're invitations to practice. Starting this morning, perhaps with the hand-on-heart ritual, I will control only what is mine, my integrity, my compassion, my response. Everything else I release. Or maybe you'll try the breathing practice when your adult child makes a choice you don't understand. You are your own. I release you with love. Even one small shift, one moment of releasing the second arrow creates a ripple, and that ripple becomes your peace. If these teachings spoke to something in you, I invite you to walk this path with us. Subscribe to Quiet Wisdom, where more than 86,000 souls are finding freedom in Buddhist teachings for the precious years after 60. Ancient Dharma meeting modern life, here when you need it most. Before you go, share with us, which of these 7 lessons resonated most deeply with you? Type the lesson number in the comments, or if you prefer, tell us why it landed in your heart. Your words create connection. They remind others they're not alone in this practice of letting go. May you hold lightly what must change. May you love deeply what remains. May you discover the profound peace that waits when you finally set down the burdens that were never yours to carry. Be a lamp unto yourself. The light was always yours.